In the chaotic times of the Warring States period, the young Li Xin took his spear as his oath, loyalty and bravery as his armor, and held on to his sincere aspirations. As the territories of the 7 major powers in the Warring States period were reshaped by iron hooves and strategies, the young man's battlefield oath was intertwined with the rise of the dynasty. A grand narrative that will determine the fate of the land unfolds. Let us delve into the captivating storyline of Kingdom 3: The Flame of Destiny. After the last great battle on the Shigan Plains, General Wang recognized Li Xin's potential. To test and hone his abilities, Wang assigns Li Xin to a lawless land, tasking him with quelling the chaos single-handedly, aiming to mold him into a capable leader of 100 men. Meanwhile, at the border of the Qin state, a threat looms larger than that of the Shigan Plains. Seeing the Zhao army approaching the city, Biao was on an expedition to Han. At the moment, Qin had no soldiers that could be dispatched immediately. Left with no choice, they hastily recruit new soldiers and reinstate the resting General Wang as the commander for this critical battle. Li Xin is ordered to form a special unit of 100 men directly under General Wang. Though the timing of their deployment is uncertain, this unit is destined to be pivotal on the battlefield. United, they are prepared to face any foe. At this moment, Chang Wenjun did not understand why General Wang had suddenly ignited with fighting spirit. Wang reveals that his newfound determination stems from learning about the king's past. Ying Zheng's father, Ying Zhichu, escaped back to Qin with the help of Lu Buwei, leaving Ying Zheng behind in Handan, the capital of Zhao. After the great massacre at Changping, all the hatred was directed towards Ying Zheng, a descendant of the Qin royal bloodline. In Handan, he endured the scorn and violence of the Zhao people, living like a slave. But one day, his world finally changed. King Zhaoxiang of Qin passed away, and Ying Zheng's father became the heir to the throne. So they rescued Ying Zheng at all costs and even temporarily hired a black market businessman. If the Zhao King's men had found Ying Zheng prematurely, his escape from Handan would have been impossible. They hid Ying Zheng among their goods and bribed the guards at each checkpoint, passing through smoothly as usual. A female merchant named Zi Xia cleverly navigated through 3 checkpoints. However, at the final checkpoint, an unexpected incident occurred. A guard shot an arrow at their carriage, striking the wooden box. Fortunately, Ying Zheng remained silent inside. They fled at full speed and only dared to open the box once they were far from the capital. Fortunately, the arrow only hit his arm and was not serious. Just then, smoke signals rose from Handan, indicating that the Zhao army had discovered Ying Zheng's escape. With some distance still to cover to reach the rendezvous point, they had to quicken their pace while fending off the pursuing Zhao soldiers. After a fierce battle, several of the carriage's occupants sacrificed their lives to protect Ying Zheng. At this critical moment, Qin's cavalry arrived to reinforce, and Ying Zheng successfully escaped back to Qin. Seeing Zixia on the verge of death, Ying Zheng was heartbroken.
あなたは生まれの風によりおよそ王族が歩まぬ道を歩まされた。あなたほど辛い思いをして王になる者は他におりません。だからきっとあなたは誰よりも偉大な王になれます。
He resolved to unify the land, not only for Zixia, but for all those who had died protecting him. Ying Zheng was determined to become the king who would end the era of war and chaos. Witnessing Ying Zheng's resolve, Wang also decided to confront his past bravely. With General Meng Wu's command, the great battle commenced. The main force of the Zhao army, led by Wang and comprising 40,000 soldiers, aimed to strike the flank of the Qin army's main formation. The Qin army dispatched a total of 30,000 right-wing troops for defense. However, Wang, known for his deep penetration tactics, was likely to attack from the side to divert the Qin army's main force. The left wing of the Qin army, led by Gan Yang and consisting of 10,000 soldiers, was Wang Qi's personal army. This included 6,000 soldiers under Gan Yang and 4,000 Qin soldiers led by Chang Wenjun. The left-wing army, composed of a small number of elite soldiers, could be described as mercenaries. They faced a Zhao army of 20,000 led by Feng Ji. Feng Ji was not only a general but also possessed the tactical insight of a military strategist. He was adept at flexibly changing formations and excelled in commanding battles from a distance, making it difficult for the Qin army to approach. With both sides evenly matched in strength, victory hinged more on the general's command abilities. At this moment, it was time for the special unit led by Li Xin to take the stage. Apart from the standard tactic of seizing advantageous terrain, their mission was to eliminate the enemy's capable warriors one by one. Feng Ji, who now led the right-wing army of 20,000 Zhao soldiers, was highly skilled at analyzing the battlefield. Such a commander could become very troublesome if the battle favored him. To counter this, Wang ordered Li Xin to lead his unit of 100 men to the battlefield. Their task was to approach from the side and take Feng Ji's head amidst the chaos. Despite the suicidal nature of this mission, Li Xin accepted the task. Before departing, Wang named their unit the Fei Xin, Flying Faith Squad, likening them to arrows with large feathers, shooting straight into the heart of the enemy's main formation. As the battle between the two sides reached a stalemate, Feng Ji suddenly ordered his frontline troops to retreat. His plan was to lure the Qin army into pursuit and then encircle and attack them. Seeing the Zhao army retreat, the Qin army, unaware of the danger, fell into the Zhao army's trap. Feng Ji commanded his troops on both sides to close in. Meanwhile, Li Xin led the Fei Xin squad in a charge towards the Zhao army's position. Their sole objective was to kill the enemy general Feng Ji, avoiding any unnecessary battles.
大将のところまで行くために余計な戦いはしてらんねえ。縦長の体型で敵将をめがけて一直線に突っ走る。問題は突入の瞬間だ。敵も気づいて守りを固めるからな。しかも本陣の手前には岩山がある。ここを飛び出せば軍が動き出す。俺たちはなんとかこの岩山を乗り越えて本陣までたどり着き、横から風紀を撃つ。
Due to the terrain, they had to cross mountain ridges to get close to the Zhao army's main formation, so they formed a column and made a straight-line assault on the enemy general. Feng Ji also received news of an attack on his left side. The enemy force, numbering about 100, had already reached the second line. Although Feng Ji knew this unit was coming for him, he did not take it seriously. Seeing his troops fall into the Zhao army's encirclement, Li Xin's group had to split into two. Some stayed behind to engage the Zhao army, while Li Xin personally led the others, buying time to strike directly at the Zhao army's main formation. Despite the difficulties and obstacles ahead, Li Xin's group broke through the Zhao army one by one. After successfully reaching the mountaintop, they finally saw Feng Ji's main formation. Wang Qi had done this because he had already figured out Feng Ji's combat patterns. As the Fei Xin squad leaped down, the real battle began. With just over 100 men, they unexpectedly penetrated deep into enemy territory, turning the entire battlefield upside down. Meanwhile, the Zhao army had surrounded the Qin army's main force on both sides, and the battle was about to end in less than half an hour. Feng Ji, seeing the Qin army's strike team approaching, fell into deep thought. It was the first time an enemy had gotten this close to him. Feng Ji, who knew he had fallen into a trap, wanted to order a withdrawal, but it was too late. Li Xin had once again successfully turned the tide of the battle. Although the Zhao army's right wing was completely defeated, the war was not over. The Zhao army retreated to the mountainous area, making it impossible for the Qin army to ambush them. Wang Qi sensed something suspicious about the enemy's movements and believed a fierce battle was imminent. That evening, as they were about to hold a celebration banquet, a mysterious person armed with a curved sword suddenly appeared. This person was incredibly powerful, and even Li Xin himself could not match him in combat.
誰だてめえは!
我武神後見なり